This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about creating Visualforce pages, and we have discussed how can we create a Visualforce page by using the various mechanisms, how to create a page by using standard navigation, and how to run, how to see the results we have discussed. And we have discussed about the developer console, how to use this developer console mechanism to create our own Visualforce pages, and how to run the page, how to see the results we have discussed. And we have discussed about a best mechanism called as URL format. How can we design the page by using URL format, and what additional permission that we need to enable to create a page by using URL format we have discussed in the previous session. And then we have discussed how can we use this Visual Studio Code Editor, that means VS Code Editor, in order to create a Visualforce page we have discussed in the previous session. All these are four ways I showed you practically. So now today we'll see. Today I'm going to discuss about the Visualforce Tag Properties. We have listed out so many Visualforce page tags which we can use to design our own page. Then what are the various properties are available for each and every tag? What is the significance of each and every tag? And how to use them? I will show you with the practical today. Okay. And then tomorrow also I would like to have a combined session. In that combined session tomorrow I am going to discuss about screen flow. As part of lightning flows, we have discussed about the various use cases. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss about screen flows, how to design our own user interface through screen flow, which I will show you with practical. Okay. Now let's see the page tag first. What exactly the page tag? What properties are available? Okay, now let me explain. So basically, page tag is the root tag for Visualforce page. Okay, page tag is the root tag for each and every Visualforce page. That means each Visualforce page code should start with page tag. Because this what this page tag will do. In order to design a Visualforce page, whatever the browser space is required, that complete browser space it will reserve. It will reserve the complete browser space, so that in that space we can design the user interface whatever you want by placing the required visual appearance controls. So in order to design any screen, it may be a login screen, it may be registration form, it may be search screen, or any screen. First of all, we have to reserve some space. To reserve the complete browser space, we are using this page tag. So page tag will be reserving the complete browser space, so that we can able to design the required user interface by placing the visual appearance controls like as a text boxes, buttons, check boxes, everything we can place inside that. Now, as part of this page tag, we have some set of properties are available. We have few set of properties are available as part of this page tag. Then what are those properties are available? Now let's see. How can we do that? Okay, we'll see with the practical use case. Now, let me explain the properties. I'm going to design a page. I'm going to my Salesforce arc. I'm going to the Salesforce classic part because Visualforce is purely comes under classic part. So let's design a page by using URL format. How to use this URL format? Just you can go to your browser, go to this address bar. Inside the address bar, we are having this URL. Go to this URL and keep the URL up to salesforce.com. That means your domain name dot salesforce.com. Keep this URL as it is up to this salesforce.com. And then remaining URL, you can delete this. Delete the remaining URL and just you can able to add okay Apex. Here I'm deleting this remaining part. Up to salesforce.com URL I'm keeping it as it is and then specify the keyword Apex and then slash and then specify the page name. With what name you want to create a page, I would like to specify the name over here. Now, so VF page or Visualforce tag properties. I'm giving the name as VF tag properties page. You can give any name, whatever you want. Press enter. Now it will try to load the page. But actually, this page is not available. Now, what is my intention? I want to design the page. I don't want to load this page. I want to design. So that here it is indicating this error message. So now, boss, with this name, we don't have any page in our metadata repository. Then, so you want me to create the page for you? Yes. For that one, it is giving a link. Now, if you are not getting this link, that means the problem is okay. The problem is you did not enable development mode checkbox. If the development mode checkbox has been enabled, then only you will be getting this option. Or else, if the development mode is not enabled, simply you will be getting only this particular message. Okay, page VF tag properties page does not exist. Only this message will be visible to you. Okay.
Excuse me, Feroz.
Now click on this
Your
link.
excuse me, Feroz.
Yes,
Your
tell me.
voice is very
Yes.
audible, but I didn't able to see your screen.
Screen is visible to everyone, right? You guys are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can
Thank you.
see.
Sir,
Madam, could you
Okay,
please check your audio connections
thank you.
or else rejoin the meeting? Now, so now in this case, it will be providing the default page. So now this is the default content is visible on my page. Then where we can write the content? Now here at the bottom of the browser, okay, at the bottom of the browser, it is providing a small tab bar. At the bottom of the browser, a small tab bar will be getting added by Salesforce. Just you can able to expand this tab bar till whatever the level that you want, they can expand. Click on this tab. Now this is a page code. Now this is our editor that already showed you in the previous session by using this URL format. So now this is our editor. In this editor, we can able to write the code. Once the code has been getting prepared, then we can able to save the code by using this save button, or we can use your shortcut that is Control S. As soon as whenever we are using this Control S or saving this page, then automatically page code will be sending to that okay page compiler. It will compile the page. If there is no issue, it will execute the page, and once the page has been executed, whatever the result has been generated, the result we can able to see okay on the same screen. That means on the same screen, on the same window, we can write the code, we can compile the code, we can save the code, we can execute the code, we can view the result. That means real time results we can see. Real time means on the spot. That's what I told you. Visualforce provides real-time development style. Now, within the same screen, we can able to see all these things. Now here I'm increasing this font. Now I'm removing this content here. Default content I don't want to show. Now, I would like to represent my own content, like as welcome to Visualforce programming. I'm giving two break tags because I want to give one complete line space. That's what I'm giving. Okay, two break tags here. I would like to show the next content in bold format. Now, this page has been designed by using URL format. And then I'm giving two more break tags. I want to use a break tag, so the bold tag, and by bold, italic tag, by italic. Here I'm representing the content over here. Now, this page is used to demonstrate the tag properties. Now, once you are done with writing the code, use this save button or Control S. The code will be getting compiled and we can able to see the result, okay, immediately on the same browser here. On the same window, we can able to see the result. The first line is getting visible normal, and then we have one line space. Then we are having the second line which will be visible with the bold format, and then one line space. Then third line will be visible with the bold with italic style. If you want to apply your own font, then we can able to apply the font also. Font, here by font. I want to indicate. Font equals to Tahoma. I'm applying this Tahoma font, and then color equals to green, size equals to 2. Let's see. Now we can able to represent the content by applying our own font, whatever you want. You can apply your own font, you can apply your own color, you can apply the size also, depends upon the requirement, we can able to customize. Okay, now. So now this is the default page over here which we have designed. Now let's come to the properties one by one. What properties are available as part of this Visualforce page tag? Now let's see. When coming to the page tag, we are having so many properties. First property is setup property, which is a Boolean property. Then what do you mean by the setup property? Whenever we are representing a Visualforce page, on the left side of the page, if you want to show the setup menu, upon click on this setup menu over here, it is providing the setup menu options over there. It is providing setup menu option like as administer menu, build menu, deploy menu, monitor menu. Four menus are visible. You want to show that complete setup menu in the left side of your Visualforce page or not. To decide that, we are using setup property. So if you want to show that, okay, setup menu on the top, okay, so on the left side of the page, then we can pass a value true, or else we can pass the value false. Now, let me show you. Here I'm using this property. Okay, page tag, we can specify the property. Setup property equals to true. Now, whenever I'm saving this content, in the left side of the page, it will be representing the setup menu here. See. Now my actual content is visible as it is over here. In the left side, setup menu will be getting visible, administer menu, build menu, deploy menu, monitor menu will be getting visible. Your page will be starting from this particular point over here. If you don't want to show that setup menu, just you can able to make it as false. Setup equals to false. Setup menu will not be visible. The complete browser space will be reserving for your page, so you can show whatever the content that you want. Okay, next. Second property. Sidebar property. You know what exactly is sidebar component? So now during the classic part, I showed you the sidebar component. Sidebar is a component which will represent the recently performed actions, quick actions, and the recycle bin option. Three features are available as part of sidebar, which will be visible in the left side of your left side of your page, which can be expanded and collapsible. Setup menu is not collapsible, it will be always visible. We can make it visible or invisible, only that option. But sidebar, we can make it collapse, we can make it expand. Now, so in this case, if you want to show the sidebar on your page in the left panel, then we can specify sidebar property by giving that value true or false. If you want to show the sidebar on the left side of the page, pass the value true or else pass the value false. Now, in this case, I'm indicating sidebar equals to true. I want to show the sidebar. Sidebar is visible in the left panel over here. Sidebar is visible. Now we can able to represent the sidebar. If you don't want the sidebar in the left panel, just you can specify sidebar equals to false. So depends upon the requirement. No sidebar option over here. Now, suppose here I'm indicating. Now setup equals to true, sidebar equals to true. Now, in this case here, whenever if you are enabling both these options, only sidebar so setup will be getting visible. Only one will be visible here. The two setup menu will be visible always. Clear? Now, any one of this we can choose. It depends upon the requirement. Next. Next property. Show header property. So then what do you mean by show header property here? Now let me explain. Basically, show header property is used to decide whether header part should be visible on the page or not. That already told you what is the header part, this part. This part up to the tabs. This part is called as header part. Now, whenever we are representing my own page, my page is starting from this particular point over here. My page is starting in this point. Now, from this particular part. If you want to start your page from the starting of the browser here, if you don't want to show this header part, you want to remove this complete part, then we can able to use the property show header. Show header property is used to indicate whether this header part should be visible for your Salesforce org or not. If you don't want to show the header part, then we can specify show header equals to false. That means I don't want to show that header part here. So header part will be getting eliminated here. The complete browser space will be reserving for your page. You can design the whole thing whatever you want. If you want to show the header part, then you can specify show header equals to true. Okay, clear? Next. Next one. Next property, rendered property. Rendered property. Then what do you mean by this rendered property? What it indicates? Generally, rendering means what? Display. Rendering means display. Rendered. That means what? You want to show this page or not. To decide that we are using like a rendered property. So rendered property is used to indicate whether this particular page should be visible or not. To indicate that we are using this rendered property over here. Okay, next. Render as. Render as equals to PDF. Then rendering means what? Display. Render as, that means display as PDF. That means as of now, this is the browser. Now this is the browser space here. Now it is showing this content inside the browser. Now my requirement is whatever the page content that we have, this entire page content I want to show in the form of a PDF file. I don't want to show like as a browser, I want to show this whole content in the form of a PDF file. So for that reason, if you want to render this page, if you want to display this page in the form of a PDF file format, then we can go with the help of rendered render as property. So I'm indicating render as equals to PDF. Now, as soon as once you click on save button, automatically this whole page content will be visible in the form of PDF file format. So you no need to use any additional toolkits, okay, to generate PDF files in Visualforce. Directly we are having a simple property on that page. Just you can use the property render as equals to PDF, which will be representing this particular whole page content in the form of PDF file format. So whatever the options are available for the PDF, all the options will be available. Like we can able to use that zoom in option also, zoom out options also. We can rotate this page in the anti-clockwise directions also depends upon your requirement. We can rotate the page content in anti-clockwise directions also over here based on your requirement. We can download this page content to your local system. We can send it to the printer also. All the options are available. Generally, for the PDF files, whatever the options are available, all the options will be available as it is over here. So that we are using the help of a property called as render as. Suppose if I am removing this property over here, it will show like as a normal browser here. Okay, if you want to show this page content in the form of a PDF, then we can able to use that property render as equals to PDF. Clear? Now, next, sixth property. Properties are not yet over. We have some more. Sixth property. Sometimes you can raise a question, sir, whatever the content that we have inside my page, this whole content I want to write into a Word document. Okay, Word document. That Word document I want to download to my local system automatically. For that one, we have to use the help of a property called as content type property. Content type property, we can specify application slash ms word hash file name. So now that means what I want to do, whatever the content that we have inside my Visualforce page, the whole content I want to show in the form of a Microsoft Word document. Now prepare a file with this particular name. Whatever the name that I'm going to provide over here, with this name, please create a Word document. Inside the Word document, write the whole file content. That means whole page content inside this file and download this file to my local system automatically over here. I don't want to download manually, it should be done automatically here. For that one, we have a property called as content type property. So now let's see. I'm using content type property. So I'm indicating application slash ms word hash. I'm giving the file name. I'm indicating batch 373.doc. So now please create a Word document here. Okay, please create a Word document. I'm indicating VF page batch 373.doc. So please create a Word document with this particular name. In that Word document, write this whole content over here and please download this file into my local system automatically. Now let's see. Let me save this one. See, automatically a file has been downloaded over here. Your file has been downloaded via page batch 373.docx. Just you can click on the file name, you can open that file. Whatever the content we have written inside this file, Whatever the content we have written inside the page, the whole content will be getting visible as it is here. Okay. Now, next, seventh property, read only property. Read only property. So then what exactly this read only property, what it indicates? Now let me explain. Like for example, I have my Salesforce subject. I have my Salesforce subject. For example, this is account. In my account object, I'm having 1,000 records are available. Now I have designed a Visualforce page. This is my Visualforce page. In this page, I'm designing a table. I'm designing a table. Now, whatever the account records that we have, all the account records I want to show on my Visualforce page in the form of tabular format. So I'm writing some business logic here, and then in that business logic, I'm writing an SOQL query. Through this SOQL query, I'm collecting all these 1,000 records. Those records I would like to represent on my Visualforce page in the form of tabular structure. Okay, in the form of tabular structure, we can able to represent this all these 1,000 records on the page. Okay, fine. Suppose for example, I have 2,000 records are available in my object 2,000 records. Now, through this SOQL query, we can query that 2,000 records because SOQL query is having the capability to fetch maximum 50,000 records. So, my query will be collecting all these 2,000 records from the object. When you try to show this all these 2,000 records on this page, Visualforce page won't support because Visualforce page is having the capability to show maximum of 1,000 records on the page at a time. Visualforce page is having the capability to show maximum of 1,000 records on the page at a time, not more than that. When you try to show more than 1,000, it will show the error message. But my requirement is I want to show all the 2,000 records on the page. For that reason, we are using the help of a property called as read only equals to true. Whenever we are enabling this property for the page tag, if I'm using read only equals to true, then this property will be extending the capability of the Visualforce page that it can able to show maximum of 10,000 records on the page at a time. Read only equals to true property will be enabling or extending the capability of Visualforce page that page can show maximum of 2,000 10,000 records max. But here there is a small side effect. Whenever you are enabling this read only equals to true, then automatically this property will be preventing the DML operations on this page automatically here. That means on this page, whatever the records you have represented on these records, you can't perform any DML operations. DML operations will be completely prevented on this page. You can't perform any DML operations on the page. This is a side effect that we have. Okay? Now, next one. Action property. So what do you mean by this action property? So now, and this action property, what it indicates, whenever the page is getting loaded, okay, whenever the page is getting loaded, upon loading the page, if you want to perform some action, if you want to invoke some Apex class method, then we have to specify the Apex class method name by using this medj field format. As part of this medj field syntax here, that we need to specify the Apex class method name. So now whatever the method name that we have specified, this method will be executed automatically upon loading the page. That means whenever the page is getting loaded, it will be invoking this Apex class method also. For that one, we are using the help of this action property. That means while loading the page, what action you want me to do? To do that, here we are using this action property. Next one, standard controller property here. Standard controller. What do you mean by this a standard controller property? Basically, standard controller. Controller means what generally? Class. Standard controller means what? Standard class. So now, inside this Visualforce page, to perform the actions, if you want to use any standard methods, if you want to use any ready-made methods, like that already told you. So whenever we are discussing about the concept of ORM, in ORM concept, I clearly told you here, ORM is going to be providing 10 ready-made methods in each class. In my account class also, contact class also, lead class also, it is providing 10 methods by default. What are those 10 methods it provides? Now let me show you. See, as part of this ORM is going to be providing 10 standard methods. During that ORM concept I told you, we have save method, quick save method, cancel, delete, first, next, previous, last, has previous, has next. These are the 10 methods has been given by Salesforce, okay, as part of each and every class. In account class, these 10 methods are available. Contact class, these 10 methods. Opportunity class, these are 10 methods. Loan underscore underscore C class, these are 10 methods. Position underscore underscore C class, these are 10 methods. These are 10 methods are common in every class related to standard and custom objects here. In that case, in this Visualforce page, if you want to use these standard methods, then which class methods you would like to use? You want to use account class methods or contact class methods, position underscore underscore C class methods, which class methods you would like to use to specify this class name? We have a property called as standard controller. So standard controller means what? Upon using this ready-made methods, we are going to be specifying the corresponding class name, okay, that has been given by Salesforce. Okay, now sometimes you can raise a question, sir, I want to prepare a search method. We don't have any ready-made search method in this class. I want to prepare by my own. I will write my own class. I will prepare my own method with the name search. I will write the business logic. If you want to use that, then we have to use one more property, controller property. Controller property is used to specify your own custom class name in which the method is available, which you want to use inside this Visualforce page. Okay, what custom class methods you want to reference, that custom class name we have to specify here. Okay, now sometimes you can raise a question, sir, I want to use some standard methods, some custom methods both. In that case, we have to use the help of a property called as extensions. That means I want to use the standard methods along with some custom methods also. Here we can specify what custom class method name we can specify here. Custom class name 1, custom class name 2. Like that we can able to specify. Okay, these are the various properties are available for your page tag. If you know the tag functionality and the properties, and then understanding the features and writing the business logic is very, very simple. Okay.
Sir, can we go back to the page which we have created through URL format? Excuse me, Firoz.
Just tell me.
Yes, can we go back to the page which we have created through this URL format?
No, this is a page.
Yes, I want to go back to this
Now,
page because by mistake I closed this window. So I want to go back to this same screen. So can I?
this is the same page. This is the page which you have created.
No, no, by mistake I closed the window and I want to go back to the same page. So can I go?
No, you can't go with that directly here. Just you have to open that browser again here because you have closed the window, right? Or else just you can go back to the next tab over here. Now
Mhm.
just you can right click on this. Okay, you will be getting one option here, reopen. Okay, reopen the closed tabs. For example, if you have some, okay, I'm having some go to meeting here.
Mhm.
Then so go to meeting has been opened over here, for example. Now by mistake I have
Okay.
closed this. If you want to reopen the closed one, just you can go to that
Mm.
reopen closed tab.
Okay.
Then you
Okay,
can
sir.
get back directly.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Now, so now let's see. In this case, the second tag will be section header. So what exactly the section header tag and what is the use? Okay, now let's see with the practical use case. Now, so section header tag is used to specify the title and the subtitle for the page. For example, so this is the page that we have. For this page, this part is called as, for this page, this is called as section header part. Section header part. Here we are having this a title. This is a subtitle here. Regarding this page, what exactly this page? If you want to give some title and the subtitle for your Visualforce page, then we can go with the help of this okay tag, okay section header tag. But section header tag is part of page. Actually, this is the whole page. In that page, a small part is nothing but your section header over here. Okay. Now, in this case, let's see how can we do this. Now, so now what are the various properties are available? Section header tag is used to specify the title and the subtitle for the page. Then, what properties are available? Now let me explain. The first property, ID property, which is used to specify a unique reference name. For each and every tag, whatever we have inside your Salesforce Visualforce programming, for every tag, there is a common property ID. Like in every object, we have ID field, right? Common, right? Similar fashion, in every tag, you will be having ID property common, which is used to provide a reference name. Based on the reference name, we can identify that control easily on your page. but we have to give a unique reference name. Okay, it will not be generating by Salesforce. We have to give a unique name for each and every, okay, tag over here. If you want, you can use. If you don't want, leave this property, no issues. It's not mandatory. Next, title property. Title property is used to specify the title for the section header. In order to specify the title, what title you would like to show, that we can specify. Subtitle property. So this is used to specify the subtitle. Subtitle for the section header. So what subtitle you would like to represent, we can specify. Rendered. Rendered property is used to indicate whether this particular section header should be visible to the people or not. To indicate that we are using rendered property. Okay, now ending one more here. Okay, let me forget to specify one more property for the page. Tab style property. Tab style property. For the page tag, we have a property called as tab style property to indicate for this Visualforce page which tab style you want to apply. For each object, we have a separated tab, right? Suppose if any of the objects tab color and the image is looking like good, then if you want to apply the same style for your page, then we can use this property tab style. Go to this particular object name. For this object, whatever the tab that we have, for the tab, whatever the style that we have, apply that style for my page also over here. For that one, we are using tab style property. Now, rendered property, which is used to indicate whether the section header should be visible to that particular user or not. These are the four properties are available over here. Then how can we show? Let me show you. Here I'm going to my page. Now I don't want to use this property here. I'm indicating tab style. I want to apply the branch object tab style here. You can specify the object name. That object tab style will be applied for your page automatically here. If you want to apply account object tab style, here we can give account. Simple. Now, here I would like to use that section header. Inside the page tag, I would like to use section header. Now, apex section header. Title equals to, I would like to specify branch edit, and the subtitle equals to new branch record. Now I'm indicating this. So now in this case, we can specify what title, what subtitle you want to provide. We can specify the title, we can specify the subtitle here. Now here it is showing the icon. Icon is coming from where whatever the tab style that we have applied, now this is the branch object here. It will go to the branch object tab. When you go to the tab, it is having a style, right? Each style contains a color image will be available. Now this is the color here. Okay, this is the violet color here, and then this is the image is available for that particular tab style. So now it will be applying that here. Suppose if you're changing this tab style, if I'm giving the tab style as for example solution, then solution object tab style will be getting applicable over here. That corresponding color and the icon will be visible. Now I'm indicating, okay, the branch object tab style. Clear? Next. Now Now, in order to place all the input controls and output controls on the page, then we have to use the help of form tag. Guys, just give me a minute. I will be back. I'm getting a call here. I will share the notes one. Okay. Fine. Now form tag. Basically, form tag is used to place all the input controls. That means whenever we are designing any Visualforce page, So whatever the input controls like as text boxes, buttons, labels, pick list controls, or your any other controls, output controls also whatever. The complete user interface has to be designed within the form tag. So that here we are using this form tag. As for part of this form tag, we are having few properties. We have only one property is available, that is ID property. ID property is used to specify the reference name. Okay, now, so that we are using form tag, apex form. Next, in this form tag, we can design whatever the user interface is. Then, how to place? Now, let's see. The next tag, page block tag, apex page block. Now, so what exactly the page block tag and what is the use? So that already we know that, okay, we have explained all these functionalities. Suppose for example, when you go to your account object, open any of the record, we can see the record details over here. It will represent the record information, whatever the record details are available, it will show. Along with that, it will be indicating contacts, related contacts information, related opportunities information, related cases information, related open activities, activity history, notes and attachments, partners, everything will be getting visible. Now, this each and every part is nothing but a page block. This is one page block. This is second page block, third page block, fourth page block, fifth page block, like that, multiple page blocks that they have. That means what? Suppose, for example, I have a single page, a white paper. Now, in that paper, I want to design four diagrams. What can I do? Small, small diagrams. Four diagrams I would like to design. What can I do? This page I would like to divide into four parts over here. Okay. Now, in each part, we can able to design a separated diagram. Like the similar way, within a single page, if you want to show some different contents, then divide the page to various small, small parts. Now, to divide this whole Visualforce page space to various small parts, we are using the help of page block. That means block means it's a part, it's a small place in which we can show some content, in which we can represent something whatever you want. So that here page block tag is used to divide the whole Visualforce page space into various small parts. Okay, in each part we can represent the required content whatever you want. Okay, now, so now tell me in this case, now how many visual page blocks that we can have within a single Visualforce page? Only one or multiple here? Multiple. Okay, multiple page blocks we can have within a single Visualforce page, because this is one page block, this is another page block, this is third page block, like that multiple page blocks we can have within a single Visualforce page. Okay, now, so now as part of this page block, we have few properties. First property is ID property, which is used to specify the reference name. That means if you want to recognize this page block uniquely, then we can go with the help of ID property. Second one, rendered property, which is a Boolean property to indicate whether this page block should be visible to the people or not. Depends upon my requirement. For few people I want to show this page block, for few people I don't want to show this page block, so dynamically I will decide. For administrator it should display, for normal user don't display. Like that, here I would like to enable disable dynamic return time, depends upon the logged in user. So in that case, if you want to make that content or the page block to be visible or not, we can use rendered property. Next one, title property. Basically, title property is used to specify the caption. Title property is used to specify the caption. In order to specify the caption or header for the page block, we are using the help of title property here. These are the three properties are available. Now, then how can we do? Now, let's see. Not only one page block, we can have multiple page blocks also within a single Visualforce page. Let's see. How can we do that? Now, this is my page. I'm having this section header. Now, I would like to have the page blocks over here. Not only one, multiple page blocks. Let's see.
Any limitation for page blocks?
We don't
This
have any limitation for the number of page blocks per a page. Depends upon your requirement. N number of page blocks also we can add. No limitations.
Thank you, Ross.
Now, I'm adding page block. Page block, I'm giving the title. Title equals to now new branch information. New branch information. Let's save this. Now, your page block has been added over here. Whatever the title that we have given, with the title, it is preparing the page block. And after that, I'm adding one more page block. Apex page block. Title equals to. I'm indicating that title equals to. I want to specify the option now. So now region information, for example, region information. I'm adding one more page block. And then Apex page block. Title equals to activities. Now I'm adding one more page block. Apex page block. Title equals to notes and attachments. Now you will be getting one more page block. Like that, here within a single Visualforce page, not only one page block, we can add multiple page blocks also. This is one page block, this is another page block, this is another page block, this is one more page block. So not only one, multiple page blocks also we can able to add within a single Visualforce page itself. Okay, now let me place this content. Clear? Next. Next one, page block section tag. Apex page block section. Then what do you mean by page block section tag basically? As of now, what we did, we have divided the whole Visualforce page into various small blocks, that is page block. Now in that page block, if you want to add some sections, like for example, let's see. Now assume that when I click on this a new button, Now this is a page block from starting here, the highlighted one. This entire thing is a page block. In this page block, we have so many sections, right? Like information section, milestone details section, compensation details section. Now, that as of now, page has been divided into page blocks. Now, page block we are subdividing into page block sections. Okay, page block I'm subdividing into page block sections. So within a page block, if you want to add some sections, then we can go with the help of page block sections. So page block section tag is used to divide the page block into various small pieces, that is called as a small sections. So within a single page block, not only one page block sections, multiple sections also we can have n number of sections we can add, no limitations at all. Okay, now then in this case, upon representing, because in each section what we are doing, we are placing some controls over here. This is a section. In this section we are placing some controls. In how many columns you want to arrange the controls, then we can specify. Okay, in how many columns you want to arrange. When you go to the page layout concept, I told you in the starting sessions, page layout will allow us to arrange the fields in maximum two columns. Now if you want to arrange the fields in more than two columns, then what is the solution? Visualforce. In Visualforce, where this is the concept over here, this is the tag in which we have to indicate in how many columns you want to arrange the fields in each section. In each section, in how many columns you want to arrange, either in one column or two column or three columns or four columns or 10 columns, in how many columns you want to arrange, that we can specify in this page block section tag. Okay, now and along with that, whenever we are representing this section, for this section you want collapsible option or not, that we can decide. Like for example, when you go to this existing record over here, here we are having expand, collapsible options are available. You want this expand and collapsible option or not, that we can decide by using this tag itself. Okay, now let's see. For that one here, in order to divide that page block into subsections, we are using page block section tag. Then what are the various properties are available? Now let's see. Now, here one more, okay, one more point here. This page block section should be always part of page block. Okay, so this tag we have to write under the page block. Under the page block, we have to use page block section. Outside the page block, don't use that. It will show the compilation error. Okay, this is a child. This is a child component to page block. Now, properties. First property is ID property, which is used to specify the unique reference name based on which we can able to recognize each and every page block section uniquely on the page. Rendered property, which is used to indicate whether this page block section to be visible to the people or not, to decide that we are using rendered property. Next one, title property, to specify the caption or heading for the section. Columns property, to indicate in how many columns you want to arrange the fields in each section. So just you can specify either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 100. Whatever you want, you can specify. Next property, collapsible property, which is used to indicate whether this section should be visible along with a collapsible option or not. Expand and collapsible option you want or not, that we can decide with the help of this, okay, collapsible property here. These are the properties are available for this page block section tag. Now let me show you how can we do that. I'm going to my page now. I don't want all these, okay, page blocks over here. Just I'm placing only one page block. This is the only page block I'm placing over here. Only one page block, nothing. In this page block, I will add some sections over here. Okay, now inside the page block, we can add page block sections. Whenever we are writing the tags, don't start with the same line over here again. Okay, because here every time give a tab space. Okay, give a tab space so we can understand very easily within this particular tag, we are using this particular tag over here. Okay, now in this case, Apex page block section. Here I'm indicating title. Title equals to branch information. Columns equals to 2. That means I want to arrange the fields in 2 columns. Collapsible equals to true. I want collapsible option also. Add it. Save this content. Now, inside this page block, it is adding one section here. Whatever the title that we have given, with the title, it will be adding that section over here. It is having expand and collapsible option also both. Okay. Next, I'm adding one more section. Apex page block section. Title equals to address information. Columns equals to 3. Collapsible equals to true. I want one more section here. So one more section I have added, address information. I'm adding one more section. Page block section. Title equals to additional information. Columns equals to true. Collapsible equals to false. I don't want collapsible option. Now let's see. One more section also I have added over here. For this section, no collapsible option. Next. Apex page block section. Title equals to description information. Columns equals to 1. Collapsible equals to true. I'm adding one more section. Like that here, multiple sections also we can able to add inside the page block. In each page block, we can able to add one or more sections also. Depends upon the requirement, we can able to add these sections as well. If you want to add one more section, then we can specify. Before this address information, I'm adding one more. Apex page block section. Title equals to contact details. Columns equals to 2. Collapsible equals to true. I'm adding the sections. Depends upon the requirement, we can able to add the required sections inside your page block also here. That facility is available. So page has been divided to page block. Page block has been subdivided to page block sections. Suppose if you want to apply a different, okay, if you want to apply different style, just we can able to go to that. The page tag, apply the different style over here. For example, I want to apply the solution object tab style. Then save that. Automatically, the whole style will be applicable for the complete page over here. If you want to apply hiring manager object tab style, then we can specify hiring manager object name. That corresponding object tab style will be getting applicable over here. That image and the color will be getting applicable. If you want to apply position object tab style, position underscore underscore C. Position object icon and this particular style also applicable. So depends upon the requirement, we can able to specify here. Do we have patient object? Patient object not available here. Do we have customer object? Yes. Customer object tab still has been applied over here for my page. So depends upon the requirement, we can able to apply. Okay. Now, this is how we can able to place the page blocks. Under the page blocks, we can place page block sections. Clear up to this one? Then, and once it is done, then how can we add page block buttons? How to add the page block buttons? How to place some command buttons, command links? How to place the fields inside this? Like when you go to this particular section, in each section we are having some fields, right? Position object fields, right? How to place these fields also I will show you in tomorrow's session. Okay, I'm extending this class to one more session also here because I would like to give some more information. Okay, don't want to miss any part. Maybe it will help you. Okay, now because if you know this functionality, Lightning framework will be very simple. Similar fashion we are writing Lightning here. Here we are having different tags, Visualforce related tags and their properties. When you go to the Lightning framework, they will be having different tags and their own properties here. You will be having some different tags and properties, like you will be having the Lightning web component related tags. You will be having this particular tag. You will be having properties also available. These are the properties. If you know one programming perfectly, the remaining it will be very easy to understand. That's what here. Okay. Tomorrow also will be having continuing with these features over here. Tomorrow I will be showing that how to place the fields inside that, how to place the buttons without writing the business logic, how to save the record, and how can we cancel these records. Everything I will show you with practical. Okay. Now, and then day after tomorrow we'll have the screen flows concept over there. Okay. Do the practice on these features today. Tomorrow we'll see some more functionalities. Thank you. And 11 o'clock batch people, today we have the project session at 11 o'clock. Here, please be available. Only for 11 o'clock batch people. Please be available at 11 o'clock. Classroom is available as it is. Thank you.